People always ask me why I like living in West Hartford, Connecticut, when I could technically live anywhere in Connecticut. As a full-time real estate investor and realtor, I've seen every town in Hartford County. I look at numbers all day, I analyze deals, and I help buyers move all over the state, and I still choose to live in West Hartford, Connecticut. So in this video, I want to talk about the pros and the cons and why West Hartford continues to be one of the most desirable towns to live in Connecticut. So whether you're looking to invest here or just move to West Hartford, this video is for you. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Mike Doherty. I'm a full-time real estate investor and realtor here in Connecticut with eXp Realty. I built a portfolio of over 100 units across the state and closed over $150 million in real estate sales. I help clients just like you move to West Hartford all the time, but I also live here myself. So this isn't just me selling a town, it's me explaining why I personally chose it. The first thing that makes West Hartford different is the lifestyle. You've got West Hartford Center, Blueback Square, restaurants, coffee shops, gyms, boutique stores, and a nightlife. It actually feels alive. You can grab dinner on a random Tuesday night, you can walk to get coffee, you can meet new friends without getting in the car every single time, and you're only 10 minutes away from the state's capital. A lot of the towns are beautiful, but they're quiet. West Hartford has energy. Just last week, I actually took my dog on a walk, grabbed a coffee, and stopped at Whole Foods for some groceries, all while never getting in a car. I walked from my house. I live a mile from the center, and I was able to accomplish all of this. West Hartford is very walkable. Tons of sidewalks, walking paths, and now, I'm not a huge city guy. Whenever I go to New York City, I always feel like 2 days is plenty because of all the hustle and bustle. West Hartford doesn't feel anything like that. You don't have huge high rises here, and all the major corporate offices are in Hartford, a few miles away. So traffic getting in and out isn't even bad at all. One of the things I like most is about West Hartford is it has a really strong community vibe. You see people out walking. It's starting to get nice here. People are riding their bikes. People are rollerblading. You have kids, little babies getting pushed in carriages down the street. It's a really good feeling. They also have tons of town events throughout the year. So you have a sense of establishment. It's not a town that popped up overnight. It's mature, it's stable and consistent. When people move here, they tend to stay here. And that tells you something. West Hartford Public School District is considered one of the stronger districts in Connecticut. Actually, not to get too technical, it did rank about number 20 out of 120 school districts in the state according to Niche, which combines stats like academics, teacher quality, and parent-teacher reviews. It also ranked roughly number 17 out of 130 districts for best teachers in Connecticut. And as someone with a kid on the way, this is something I think about a lot. If you live here in West Hartford, you can 100% send your kids to the public school systems. Elementary, middle, high school, doesn't matter. And you don't have to think twice. This is one of the reasons why some of the home prices are here compared to other neighboring towns. Even buyers who don't have kids think about the resale of their home. Strong schools usually equal strong resale, stable pricing, consistent demand. And as an investor who buys multifamily properties, that's important to me. People want to rent here. I always think about the exit before the entry. And one of the reasons why I like West Hartford from a real estate perspective is the variety. You can find starter homes in the mid $300,000 to $350,000 range. You can find classic colonials, mid-century homes. And now, of course, we have the higher end properties going over $1 million. Thinking about relocating to West Hartford, Connecticut? Well, I've got just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is ultimately meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it down below. From top employers to the best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you're going to need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description or the top pinned comment. Hope that helps. And of course, you have higher end properties pushing over $1 million plus. You have multifamily opportunities. It's not just one dimensional, and that creates balance. You've got young professionals, you've got families, you've got long-term homeowners, you've got people downsizing, and that diversity makes the market even more resilient. Actually, full circle moment here. When I graduated from college, I went to UConn, go Huskies. Me and a couple of buddies rented in West Hartford, Connecticut. We rented in one of multi. It's a place where you see a lot of young professionals gravitate to because of all the bars and restaurants and amenities around. I rented there for 2 years right out of college, and then ended up buying a 2-family home in New Britain, Connecticut. Moved into one of those units, rented out the top floor. And then my wife ended up buying a 3-family in New Britain, moved into her unit. We lived in New Britain for the last 5 years. And then eventually we got tired of living next to our tenants. So in 2020, we ended up buying a starter home in a great neighborhood in West Hartford, actually about a mile away from when I originally rented there. renovated almost every square inch of our home, and we're still there to this day. I've been there 6 years now. So basically, when it comes down to real estate, location, as we know, is huge. Never a bad time to own good dirt. In West Hartford, is about 10 minutes from downtown Hartford, our capital. We're close to Farmington and Avon. We have quick access to highways. We're roughly 25 minutes to an international airport, Bradley International Airport. You're central. If you work in Hartford, you're close to there. You can Uber in, you could cab in. If you work remote, you got everything nearby. And if you travel, again, you're not far from an airport. All right, so that's all great, but let's talk some numbers here for a second. West Hartford historically holds value very well. It's one of the more insulated towns in Hartford County. Does that mean that prices never dip? No, but demand seems to be consistent. Inventory is usually tight, especially right now. When houses hit the market, they tend to move quick. From an investor's mindset, that's important. If I ever needed to sell, I want liquidity. West Hartford gives you that. Now let's talk about some trade-offs to living in West Hartford. For starters, it's not the cheapest town in Connecticut. A simple 3-bedroom, 1-bath Cape sells for anywhere from $400,000 to $600,000. And when you compare that to neighboring towns like Newington or East Hartford or Farmington, that same house could sell for $300,000 to $350,000. Also, everyone, including myself, complains about property taxes. You know, I own a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom Cape that's 1,200 square feet, and my taxes are $8,000 a year. That's high from a town where I grew up in, which would be $3,000. Now, I get that that's going to fund a lot of things like the walking paths and the crossing guards and the teachers and the school districts and all that. But if you put that in perspective, if you're looking to buy an updated 3,000 square foot, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, you can expect to pay close to $1 million and $24,000 in taxes. So that entry price is much higher than other Hartford County towns like Manchester and Newington. But again, you're paying for convenience, school systems, walkability, lifestyle. And a lot of people, that trade-off is worth it. And it's worth it for me. That's why I live here. So, you know, in my opinion, West Hartford is great for young professionals, families, buyers, people relocating from out of state, and buyers who want community and energy. If you want total privacy and acres of land, this probably isn't your town. You are a little bit closer because it is a city at the end of the day. If you want balance, walkability, and stability, it's tough to beat. And at the end of the day, I look at everything through 2 lenses. I look at lifestyle and I look at long-term value. West Hartford checks both those boxes. I can enjoy living here and I feel confident owning here. And that combination matters. So that's why I live in West Hartford. If you're thinking about moving here and you want to talk about neighborhoods, pricing, whether it makes sense for your situation, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to have a real conversation about it. And if you found this video helpful at all, please subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. I'll be doing more Connecticut focused breakdowns like this in the future. Thanks for listening.